Vague refers to something that is unclear or imprecise in its meaning or intention. Inconsistent, on the other hand, refers to something that does not remain the same or is not uniform in its behavior or quality.
She did say when I texted her on Thursday, I was like, "Is Lou dead?" She's like, "He's tired from the other night." Winky face. I'm like, "Bitch, one, you lie because he told me he had a migraine."
And welcome to real episode 9.
Something.
Are we 9 of Vaguely Inconsistent?
Way past 9, dude. Hold up. Let me see.
Are we on 11?
I don't know. Either way, I'm Lou.
Either way, I'm Duke. We got Lou and Jack joining us here.
Yeah. Hold on, let's see. What did you guys listen to the ChatGPT episode?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Jesus, man. Oh, my gosh.
Sure did. Although I didn't sound like a German woman, though. I sounded more British.
We didn't have the option for German, so you got British.
That's why.
Yeah.
But so the program I used, it was harder than I wanted it to be.
That's what she said.
I was hoping, right? I was hoping I could just upload a script, assign names to voices, and be done. But no, I had to copy and paste from the script, choose the voices for each fucking line. That's why it was only 9 minutes long, because that was a lot of work.
And you obviously did a terrible job of that, because Lewis, every time Lou went, it was like, Lewis, yes, that is woke.
Right. So I emailed them. They had a cancellation policy. I'm like, nope, that is not what I wanted. So I'm good. It was way too hard. He's like, well, if you do it like this, I'm like, okay, cool. But man, I think I'm out. He's like, wait, what if I give you the $170 pro version that has more voices? I'm like, fine. So I'm out $70, but I also have the $170.
You got the German woman. So
right. So next time we have to do this, then maybe Lou can be German.
That'd be better. I think I make more sense as a German woman.
So with that being said, I think, Jack, do you want to explain why we had a ChatGPT AI version of our podcast last week?
One, because it was funny as hell. Two,
fair,
because it's summertime, so the girls are out of school, so that's our family vacation time. So we went to humid-ass, swampy Florida. We went to Disney World, and we did a Disney cruise. Tons of fun. Hot as fuck.
Well, it's only because you ended up with 807. It's only because you ended up with 870 trivia tokens or pins or whatever.
Baller.
Group effort. We ended up with 800. Yeah. Get it right.
Sorry, we.
Right. No, we've gone. This is our third year in a row going to Florida for Father's Day, actually.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Happy belated Father's Day.
And to you too, Duke, in case you don't know.
Right.
I don't. So.
You never know.
Exactly.
I think I still got 12 years on that before I could consider myself free and clear before they come back for back child support and shit.
Statute of limitations.
So you went on a Disney cruise for the third year in a row. For Father's Day.
Florida for the third year in a row.
Yeah, Florida.
Okay.
The cruise is only 2 years in a row.
Okay.
But no, we got last year we actually bought season passes for Disney World.
That's wild, considering you're on the fucking other coast, dude.
Right? But it was actually cheaper for the amount of times we wanted to go. Plus, if we came back this year, it was cheaper. So
I got you.
Whatever.
That makes sense.
Right? So we got there Sunday night, afternoon-ish.
That sounds right.
Sunday? Monday? Shit, I don't even
know. I think it was
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went to Epcot. That's our park of choice when we go there. The one with the golf ball. The rides are better. That's where the Guardians of the Galaxy Rewind is. The best ride that Disney has made. You wouldn't like it. Lou would love it. Space Mountain on crack, dude. It spins, it goes backwards, it goes up and down, all while rocking like a Star-Lord fucking track. Like one of his classic songs. And there's different ones.
Because they have an old school sound. They have the Guardian soundtrack. It's not a generic shit on that, right? It's real music.
It's like licensed like music.
So it's better than Rise.
So it's like a whole... Yes, I would say so.
Okay.
Because they have a whole pre-show and everything, like Rise does. They transport you up to their ship, and stuff happens, and you have to go fight a Celestial. And but yeah, Space Mountain on crack is the best way to describe it without spoiling it for everyone. It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it's still on the virtual queue, so you still got to get up 7 a.m. join virtual queue. And shit, that's been open for...
It's a while, right? They converted those. Yeah. They converted those a couple years back.
Yeah, because
Disney.
But it's weird.
Disneyland also has the same thing, right? Or is it different?
No, their queues are done because Disneyland.
But I'm saying the ride. I'm saying the ride is the.
Oh no! Yeah, no, that ride is only at Disney World. It's only at Epcot.
Oh, okay. So what's the version at Disneyland then?
That's Tower of Terror. It used to be
Tower of Terror. They never converted that. Okay.
No.
Sorry, rides I don't go on. I don't keep track of them when I.
Yeah, I hear you. So the one at Disneyland used to be Tower of Terror, so that's the one that goes up and down and drops you, and you see Disneyland. They take a picture, everybody screaming.
Yeah,
tons of fun. Less fun at Disney World actually, because it's an older one. So I guess when they put it at a California Adventure, they learn from feedback and all that stuff. So the one at Disney World, it's at their Hollywood Studios park, is still Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. It's still cool. The whole Twilight Zone theme music. They had like a voice actor come in and do Rod Sterling's voice and everything. But it doesn't drop you as much. It's like 3, 4, 5 drops total.
That's 3, 4, 5 more drops than I think I'd ever want to do. But please go on.
This is true.
Disney owns the rights to Twilight Zone?
Oh, I'm sure it's just licensed.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Disney love licensing their rights, man. I mean, the Autopia was like sponsored by Chevy for like decades. I think the test track in Disney World was sponsored by Chevy up until they changed. Well, they're changing it, right? It's like a new version or something.
Yeah.
Well, sponsored by is different than having the rights to, though. I mean, you could have the rights to
Disney could have licensed it
sponsored by somebody else.
Yeah, but Disney could have licensed it from. I don't know who owns Twilight Zone. Disney might own it. Shit, I don't know.
I think it's Paramount because it was on. I think the Twilight Zone, the new Twilight Zone, was on Paramount.
Yeah.
But regardless, I think it's very similar, right? They just licensed they kind of licensed the name and the likeness and the name.
Well, because they didn't used to own Star Wars either. They still had Star Tours and Indiana Jones.
Yeah, sponsored by Amex.
Exactly. But so overall, I don't like Disney World as much as Disneyland. Because you've only been to Hollywood Studios, right, Dee, for Star Tours, right, when it was closing down, when we were out there for Celebration?
I think so. Yeah, I've only been to the one. Actually, you know what? I think I went to Epcot, but it was still like a half day. We weren't there for like the whole time,
right?
But I didn't go to like Animal Kingdom or any of the rest of them,
right?
It takes so long. It's a fucking day, like.
Yeah.
Sorry. What were you going to say?
No, I'm just trying to follow here. So, is Epcot, would that be comparable to like California Adventure? Like, it's a separate spot than?
Yes. So at Disney World, you have Magic Kingdom, which is where the castle is. Tomorrowland, Adventureland, all that. It's what you think of when you think of Disneyland.
Okay.
Right?
Got it.
So it's equitable to our Disneyland. But then they also have Animal Kingdom, which is like a zoo.
Okay.
But also has
Avatar. All the Avatar stuff. Yeah.
It has Avatar over there. It has It's Tough to Be a Bug. It's a Bug's Life, a 3D movie. They have a couple other rides there too. Then they have Hollywood Studios, which is where Star Tours and Galaxy's Edge are. but also Toy Story Land, Perfect Picnic.
It was Aerosmith, the roller coaster, but now it's going to be Guardians, right? That's switching over to.
So at Disneyland, you have Disneyland, and then you have California Adventure. How many are there at World?
5?
5?
6 if you count Disney Springs.
Magic Kingdom. Yeah, that's just like downtown Disney, though. There's no rides there, and it's free to go to. So they have Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. So 4.
So
do you have to do it like you do in Cali, where you have to get a pass that hops all of them, or you can only go to one?
Well, imagine if you took Disneyland and you separated out all of the lands to like their own place, and you had to take a bus to get from one to, or drive from one to the other.
Yeah.
So instead you So I mean, it's a 20-25 minute ride between some of these parks. I mean, the tram system is invaluable at Disney World because you're not walking.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I did not know that's how it was.
No,
because it's basically freeways between the parks.
Yeah,
Disney owns all the land, and it's basically freeways between the parks.
Okay.
So the only day that we did 2 parks was Animal Kingdom. We went early because we had a breakfast buffet there. So we went there. We did the Avatar rides.
So that was like Tuesday? Because Monday was... If you got there on Sunday, Monday was Epcot. Okay.
Yeah. So Sunday night and Monday was all Epcot. So Tuesday we went to Animal Kingdom, like I said, for breakfast. They had changed it since the last time we went. Because before it was the sit down and they just bring you all the food kind of thing. This was back to like a normal buffet. That was kind of disappointing, but they have this stuff called jungle juice there. Delish. I don't even know what's in it, but it's delish.
Something that if you snuck a bottle of booze in, like a little rum action, you'd...
Oh, yeah. You'd be having a good time.
Yeah.
So they have 2 Avatar rides there. One of them is just like a boat ride, kind of like Pirates, or more like Small World, actually, because there's less action. It's like as much action as Small World has. But the coolest part of that is they have their most advanced animatronic in there. It's like this Na'vi shaman chick. You cannot tell that she's a robot. Just her movements are so fucking smooth.
That's their newest one, right? Because they based like Hondo was like the latest one, but then they had the shaman, which was like the next evolution of that animatronic.
And it's ridiculous just watching it. You cannot tell it's a robot. If she wasn't, fucking 8 feet tall like Na'vi are, you would not be able to tell that she's a robot. Then they have another one called Passage of Flight. So you go through this one, and it's like going through the Science Center in Avatar, and they scan you, they match your DNA with an avatar, and you get on these bikes, and it puts your mind into the avatar, and you're flying those banshee things that they fly around on. So Duke would not like it.
But so is it similar to like soaring, or?
Yeah, it's like soaring.
But the ride, where you're sitting, but how you sit is different, right? Like
yeah, you like sit on this bike, and it like grabs your legs. And the coolest part about that is you're supposed to feel like you're riding one of those dragons. So they have like these airbags that are going in and out, so you can feel it breathing while you're flying on it. It's pretty badass.
If only I loved Avatar.
Right. But even the land is pretty cool. I think I sent you guys the picture of like the floating mountains and stuff. Just the way they did that is very cool to see. But they also have a dinosaur land there that they're shutting down. I think they're making it Encanto or something in the next couple years. We were trying to go on Expedition Everest. It's the only ride we haven't done over there. But it started raining that day. It was horrible. But whatever.
Is that one of the rain, like they shut it down if it's raining, right?
Yeah, cause it's a roller coaster. I think it's kind of like Matterhorn almost. But I looked at
But that's the one you go
like
backwards, right? Like you go and it's
so,
like it's like the track. He wrecks the Yeti wrecks the track, and you go up, and then you go backwards. Sorry, I watch way too many YouTube like ride videos, so
you know what not to get on.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, this is a 5-minute video. Okay, cool. Let's watch it. Okay, 30 seconds of it is a cue. Nope, I'm not getting on it.
Mm-hmm.
They had some weird Indiana Jones ride where it was like a roller coaster. It was like Disneyland Paris or something. They also have an indie ride, but it's purely a roller coaster. And I was like, I'm good. I love indie, but
yeah.
So you're Animal Kingdom.
So Animal Kingdom. After that, we left and we went to Hollywood Studios, because we finished over there. And then everybody wanted to go on Slinky Dog because that's like the coolest ride at Hollywood Studios next to Rise. But it's a roller coaster. You ride Slinky Dog. It goes super fast. Corkscrews and all kinds of fun stuff.
And that's where you get the turkey leg, is Hollywood Studios.
Right.
Or at least that's where the turkey leg was. The legend of the turkey leg was right
begun.
Yeah.
But over there, we went on. We actually did go on Perfect Picnic, and that shit broke. So my oldest is sitting there taking pictures because like it shut down. Like the stage lights came on and everything.
Damn.
The walls were all white, and they're like,
"Oh, what's perfect? What's perfect? Perfect Picnic." Is Perfect Picnic the one that replaced the great movie, right?
Goofy.
Yeah, with Racist Goofy.
Right, but that's the one that replaced. That's the one that's at Grauman's, right? The replica.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so people who maybe don't know, aren't familiar with it, like give them some context.
I should have known though because that shit was broken as soon as we got on. They didn't even show the cartoon before. There's like,
oh no!
Oh, at our last screen, Goofy broke the screen, so we're just going to go right in. I'm like, okay.
How about you let me out to the right now?
Where we're underwater, and it just went. Walls turned white. You see all the hidden stuff that they don't want you to see. All the gross black sound walls and soundproofing and all that stuff. And it was just like, nope, get off. I'm like, dang, all right then. We didn't do Rise or anything over there. Just because we have Rise, it wasn't worth waiting in line for. Because their wait times on those rides are ridiculous over there. For some reason, it takes forever to get on.
For both Rise and Smuggler?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Because they have a bigger tourist population there.
Yeah.
I think being on the East Coast, they're closer to like Europe and shit. So all the foreigners be coming. Whereas Disneyland's more like a locals park. So, yeah, we're like, we have it at home, so let's not worry about it. So we went on Slinky Dog over there. Gosh, did we do anything else besides that? I don't even think we did Star Tours. We mostly just ate. We keep finding they have a ton of like character buffets like we did, Lou, at the hotel. Just a lot of their places are buffets with characters. So it's like $65 a head. But you're getting character interactions. You got a buffet. It's all you can eat. So I have to say it's worth it, honestly. Because you want to wait in line for like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, or do you want to sit down picking out and they come to your table to take pictures? So it's, as an adult, maybe it's not worth it if you're not into that. But for when you have kids and stuff that are still into it, it's totally worth it, I think.
Well, again, how much is your time worth, right? Like
exactly, yeah. So, and then I don't even know where to find the characters like that at Disney World. I'm not as good at Disney World as I am at Disneyland. Yeah. So I don't always see them just standing outside like they do at Disneyland. Very, very different over there. It's like you're walking through and you're like, oh, this is familiar, but different. Even like walking through something like Galaxy's Edge, it's just different enough. Like the entrances and the exits are in different places. Like at Disneyland, you exit near Kylo Ren shuttle, right? There's an exit right there. Not there at Disney World. You're like, oh, which way are we going? Where am I coming out at? But for the most part, it's mostly the same. I don't even think we got Ronto wraps. That's sad. Oh well, guess we have to go to
Think
Disneyland
you
now.
do it again next year?
No, with Japan, I think that Japan's going to be our big trip, unless we find a cruise or something during the summer.
Okay.
Keep us in the loop on that, of course.
Segues into Thursday we went on a Disney cruise. We went on the Disney Magic, their very first ship that launched way back in '98. 26 years now. It was our fifth one. We've been on the Wonder and the Wish. So now we've been on the oldest ship and the newest ship. But this one is the sister ship to the Wonder, so it's exactly the same. So we knew our way around the ship like as soon as we got on there because it's exactly the same. But if you've never done a cruise or a Disney cruise, the best part is you get to eat all you want. They have food open all day. Room service 24/7. It's all included in whatever you pay. So you call them up. We called them. We're like, can you send us up 6 Mickey bars to the room? And it's $7 a pop at the parks. You know I'm going to eat my Mickey bars.
Those are just ice cream bars shaped like Mickey, right?
Yeah, covered in chocolate.
Okay.
But they're $7 at the parks, so I got 6 of them.
And weirdly, your wife and kids were out of the room and were gone when you ordered those 6. You're like, sir, does anybody...
What are all these wrappers here?
And you're just on the bed like, oh, God.
They need to bring those with some gloves if I forget them, because I don't want that chocolate dripping down my hand on a popsicle. That's basically what it is. It's on a stick, right?
What's a shell? So it just breaks. It doesn't melt necessarily.
Yeah,
it could.
If it melts,
no. If it breaks, then the vanilla is going to be dripping down your
melt.
Ice cream bar,
wow,
bro.
Lou, if it's melting on you, you're eating it too slow.
I don't need ice cream sandwich, glove.
Chug that shit.
Yeah, sure. With a glove on.
That's Lou's every room service order. I'd like 6 Mickey bars and 1 glove, please.
Damn right. Every time. They're gonna know me. It's like, yes, sir, would you like a glove again? Yes. I don't care what I'm ordering.
They'll just bring them up to you every day when your room attendant comes to make your towel animal. He'll just have a bag of gloves with him.
My turn down service is gonna have a damn glove instead of that chocolate mint.
He's just going to inflate it and draw different animals on it every day for you.
Then I got to wear it inside out. I want to
Disney cruises are cool. Right? So Disney cruises are cool because you go on the ship and you tell them your name and they announce it. They're like, oh, the Tesh family. Everybody cheers. I think Goofy was on the steps when we came in. Then you go eat lunch while you wait for everybody else to board. They bring your suitcase up an hour or two later. So you're just like screwing around on the ship, eating, walking around, getting the lay of the land. And then they do rotational dining. So every night you're assigned a different restaurant on the ship. There's usually 3. So on this one they had Rapunzel's Royal Table. They had a place called Animator's Palette. And the third was Lumiere's. You know, the candlestick dude from Beauty and the Beast. So the first night we had Rapunzel, and they generally, one of the restaurants like has a show, right? So it would have been Rapunzel because it's themed to Rapunzel. They have Rapunzel murals and pastel's hidden around. There's floating lanterns above you and everything. And they didn't do shit. There was no Rapunzel came out, nothing. I was like, WTF, bro? Seriously. Next night, I think we had Lumiere's.
Wait. Is the food different at all 3 places?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, every night you have a different menu.
But it's all stuff you can get through room service or at the buffet, right? Like,
no.
Or are these specialized restaurants?
Yeah, they're specialized restaurants.
Okay.
They have a set menu, and this is what we're serving tonight. I don't do a whole lot of room service, so there's no way
except
that
for Mickey
setting up
bars.
some of this shit though. Yeah, exactly. And cheese plates. For some reason, the girls love cheese plates this week.
It's because they like
So much
farting on you
cheese.
guys at night.
It's because they're white.
Is it
White
just
people love
cheese, or is it a full charcuterie plate?
Nah, bro. They just brought up cheese. Like, there were a couple of crackers, but there was no meat. It was just cheese. Like Swiss. And
You shouldn't talk about yourself and your wife like that, though.
Right? It's like a couple crackers. Who's eating it? What are you talking about?
Couple crackers taking it from the room service guy.
Right?
Couple crackers eating a cheese plate. That just fits.
Baby crackers.
Yep. It's the saltines. When you break the saltines in two, those are the babies.
It's the mini Ritz crackers, the little ones that they use for the sandwiches.
No, those are too brown.
There you go. That's true. That's true.
No, they
All right, so the second night you went to Lumiere's?
Yeah, so we had Lumiere's, which is more like a French style kind of
cool.
dinner, because you know,
So
like
after all,
like
this is France.
like
Awesome.
pastas and pizzas and stuff like that. Cool.
Escargot and all that shit. Then we went back to we had Lumiere's again because the third night was pirate night. So on 3-day cruises they do pirate night. So the third night was pirate night, so we had Lumiere's again, but it was the pirate menu. So when you go back up to your room after dinner, because they know when your schedule is, so your room attendant comes in while you're at dinner, and he'll put like bandanas, like pirate bandanas, on your bed. So if you didn't bring a pirate costume, you at least have a pirate bandana, so you can join in the festivities.
Okay, Jack Sparrow.
Right. And then after dinner, there's a whole pirate party and show up on the top deck. Like it's a dance party. Captain Hook and his people come out. Captain Mickey comes out and saves the day. And then there's fireworks. They're like the only ship cruise company that does fireworks at sea or something, because it's Disney.
Yeah.
Which is funny because at night, especially when you're cruising like the Bahamas, everybody's going to the Bahamas, no matter what cruise line you're on. So in the distance, you can always see like one or two other ships just far enough that you can see the lights, because you know they're trying to watch your fireworks. Just saying.
Well, again, when I did my cruise and I sent you that picture, and there was something like 20 cruises or some shit in the Bahamas on the day that we were there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I sent you the picture of like the Wish.
Yeah.
Like the ass end of the Wish. I was like, hey, look, like you could be here. Because the Bahamas gets crazy. Yeah. The Bahamas gets crazy number of cruise ships on a daily basis. It's kind of wild.
Wait, so are they shooting these fireworks from the ship and just polluting the ocean?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, they section off like part of the ship. Dang. And you can like see them, because you can get close but not too close. But yeah, you're like right there as they just shoot them off of the deck.
Can't have a damn plastic straw, but you can have fireworks in the ocean. Got it.
Mm-hmm. They're environmentally friendly.
It have to be, or somebody would be on their ass.
The whales like them. So then the next night we did have, it's called Animator's Palette, which is my oldest favorite, because there's all these sketches on the walls, and they have like TVs that are constantly drawn like Disney characters. And depending on the night, probably depending on their technology, they give you this sheet of paper so you can draw your own character. They take it and they scan it, and at the end of dinner, they do a show, and everybody's sketches are up there dancing on the wall and stuff. It's really cool. They did not do that this night. Yeah. They did not do it this night, unfortunately. But that one's one of our favorites. And then the last night we had Rapunzel's, and they did do the show. So Rapunzel came out. It was her birthday. Singing and dancing, conga lines, all the fun stuff that we expected. Because on the Wonder, it's Tiana's. So Tiana's out there. She's singing, and there's like music and stuff going on. So that's what we were expecting. And then on the Wish, they had the Frozen one. So that's when Anna and Elsa come out. Come and talk to your table and take pictures and all that fun shit. but it's pretty cool. And then we got to see Inside Out 2, which was still in theaters, new in theaters. The girl that voiced Riley was there, so she did a little interview before. It was a cool movie. I liked it. If you liked the first one, you like this one. I thought it was funny. But they also played Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, so that was cool. I didn't have to sneak out and ditch everybody to go watch it. Did you guys watch it yet?
No,
not seen it, no.
But you said that the oldest missed the end for a quiz. So did you miss the end too?
Hell no. I said you can get us a seat. I'll tell you what happened at the end of the movie.
Gotcha.
and then I'll fix all the questions that you've missed since before I got here.
I did, because it was Marvel trivia, and she's texting me. She's like, "It's Marvel trivia. I'm not good at this." I'm like, "Just write the questions down. I'll answer them when I get there." I was like, "What was Bruce Banner's real name?" I'm like,
"You
or
psychopath.
The Hulk's real name?"
You psychopath. That picture you posted on Instagram was fucking hilarious.
Trilogy, right?
Look at all the pins I've got and all the trivia that I won.
So it's a beginning of a new trilogy.
He's gone.
It started off kind of slow. It's introducing everyone, where they're at in the world, etc., etc.
He was about to talk about his night on with them doing blackface.
How long is this movie? This and that. I'm like, look, if it's boring you can leave.
Hey, so Lou, when you head to Jack's house for a Comic-Con, make sure you fix his router.
Dude, for real.
Did you hear any of that?
Nope. Because you guys are froze too.
So you're going to hear it after that, and it's hilarious.
Yep, you're going to like that.
Exactly. Lou's still frozen. All right. Yep, there he goes.
So, your Instagram picture of all your trivia wins, your domination on the cruise.
Yes. So that's my favorite thing to do on the ship is the Disney trivia.
How many did you win?
Well, sometimes they'll give you 4 medals because you can have a team of 4, depending on who's doing the trivia.
Oh, see, okay.
So some of them weren't all, one each.
So this is stolen valor. Is what you're doing. Stolen quiz valor is what.
Yes.
Well, I know you won Star Wars Advanced. What else did you win?
Dang, what else did we win? Oh, we won cruise line trivia, totally by accident, because I didn't know shit about the cruise line, but we guessed very well on it. What else do we? I think we sometimes not. Sometimes just general Disney trivia. They did a Disney Tunes, and I bombed that one, dude. That shit was embarrassing. Although
you went back. Was that the night that you went back and ordered room service for the Mickey ears to make yourself feel better?
Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
No, one of the first questions was name this tune from a Disney afternoon show. I'm like, that's Chippendale. For sure. This guy's like, no, it's Darkwing Duck. I'm like, no, that's Chippendale, bro. I was right. Just saying.
So what was the one question that you beat the guy on the Star Wars Advanced trivia with? Did they tell you?
Actually, I have. Yes, yeah. It was what is Grand Moff Tarkin's first name?
Oh shit!
Come on, get there.
I'll get there.
I read the Tarkin novel. I didn't have to look this one up. Starts with a W.
It's not Wolf because that was another guy on the.
Close.
It's not, but it's actually pretty close.
Well, because that was the guy in the white suit in the conference room, and right, Wolf Yaren.
Yeah,
was the guy the guy in the white outfit.
Yeah, Yularen.
Williff.
Yeah, Wilhuff.
Yeah,
Wilhuff. Yeah, fuck Disney Cruises. I would have owned that shit.
Okay, here. So I did write the questions because I was able to text Lou while we were on the ship because iMessages. Okay,
yeah,
so
iMessages.
Who's the first one that said, I am one with the Force? I am one with the Force.
Those words, phrased that way, I am one with the Force?
Yes.
Yeah. And Lou, you already got all these, and you guys have already had the conversation.
For some of them.
No, I never gave him the answers.
That was
the questions.
I'm one with the Force. That oh shit, I can't think of his name right now. Donnie Yen's character
it was
from
multiple
Rogue
choice,
One, right?
so you would see it. Cheer it, yeah.
Cheer it.
That one was
Emway?
actually multiple choice.
Yeah, Cheer It Emway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was right. Like,
yes, yeah.
Between the three of us, we would have gotten his name.
Yes. What did Yoda say to Luke when he needed to lift the X-Wing out of the swamp?
This one was not multiple choice.
No, it was not. The whole thing, not just the popular part.
I can't do it.
But the whole part. I can't do it.
I can't do it. It's too heavy.
That log had a child.
Don't poke me in my coconut. Try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
I can't believe
Duke will get this one.
All right.
Duke will get this one. What planet was Sidious hiding on?
Oh, Christ. Fuck you. It was the planet fuck you. Exegol.
Yes. Leia's adopted parents.
Bail and what the fuck was her name? Bail and Mary. Organa. Mary Organa.
General Grievous's flagship.
Oh shit. John Cena?
No. What is he holding up?
Close.
No, if it was John Cena, he wouldn't be able to see it.
Right, exactly.
oh, wait. So it'd be my hand in front of this hand.
There you go.
Invisible hand.
Invisible hand. There. I feel like John Cena. I could have made an argument for that. It's John Cena.
This one stumped Lou. He didn't know.
Yeah.
Zam Wessel's species.
Oh, if I had the collectible card game, I would totally the shapeshifter.
Collectible cards. Apparently, we just learned this week aren't canon, so that wouldn't have helped.
It was Imperial Assault because Imperial Assault they have a card that you play as her, or her
doesn't matter.
species.
Still not canon. It has to be a novel, a comic, or a movie.
No, Imperial Assault came out after Disney bought them, so it's canon.
Boom. Plotite.
Okay, that counts.
Oh
Plotite,
man,
yeah, she was a Plotite.
Yeah.
The agreement call of battle droids.
Roger.
Yep. Finish this quote. You stuck up, half-witted.
The stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Boom. And then finish this quote. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate.
Wait, one more time. Okay, so...
Really?
No. Hang on. Anger. Wow. Wow.
It's a little
all right, maybe I have... Yeah, I am a little turnt right now, so... fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to... fuck. Not fuck.
Sometimes
yeah,
it does.
Suffering. There we go. Yeah. You're Anakin and Padme. Hey-o!
And what always two there are, no more, no less, is in reference to what?
The Sith code or the Sith
rule of two. I thought it was girlfriends.
The rule of two.
See, Liz's girlfriend's not there. She would have flown across the room right there.
She ain't here today. Yep. I'm good.
And she won't listen to this because she got tired of hearing me, so it's fine. We're good.
Hey, this one stumped me. I phoned a friend for this one. Finn's designation, his call sign.
I can't believe you didn't know that one.
I got the FN
black.
part right.
Oh, Finn's designation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yes, he is black,
FN.
racist fucker. Wow.
Right? Damn.
I thought you said Poe, and I was like, wait, Poe? Was that Black Squadron? I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I would have been totally off. You would have been like, Finn's designation, and I'm like, Poe's designation.
Black.
Nope.
2187.
Kylo uses what to navigate to the hidden Sith world?
Again, a
Duke's
Sith
favorite
holocron.
movie.
Or no,
Yeah.
the knife that magically was the same thing as the
Goonies knife.
Yeah, the Goonies knife.
No. What did the knife lead to? A wayfinder.
Wait, what was that? There we go.
What did Bo-Katan seek to take from Moff Gideon?
I can't believe that
the
was
dark
an
saber.
advanced question.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like an advanced question at all.
Okay,
right, the dark saber
stumped me too. Again, well, this one is from Duke's favorite sequel. What does DJ's hat translate to? There's something on his hat. What does it translate to?
Oh, that's a good question. Wow, that's digging deep. Holy shit, that is an advanced question. Did you know this one, Lou?
Yeah, I actually didn't have to look this one up either. I read this, but I didn't know because I could read it. I knew because I read about it like a couple years ago.
And what was it?
Don't join.
Kylo's fighter type.
I knew that one too, but only because of the toys.
Right.
And I've always liked the oh my god. Well, what was the trilogy, the original trilogy? Oh, the Interceptor.
Yeah, the Interceptor.
The Interceptor looked cool, so when I saw it in the trailer,
but that's what it was based off of, right? So
yeah, and then you got Darth Maul's Infiltrator. I mean, just the bad guy ships are just cooler.
Yeah. Even in Galaxies,
TIE Silencer.
Unless you're married, unless you're Leia Poppins, and then
right. What is the insult that Snoke says to Kylo in The Last Jedi?
Wow.
You're a child in a mask.
Yep.
Nice job, Lou.
Right. The odds of navigating this asteroid field?
3,720 to 1.
Yep. What is Mando armor made out of?
Really? That was on advanced part too?
Wow. Okay. Beskar?
Yep. Right? So, not horrible, but...
Well, it's one of those, like, there's a lot of setup questions, right? If, like, the first question is, what is Mandalorian armor made out of? You're like, I got this. And then the next thing is, how does Snoke talk shit to Kylo Ren? And you're like, whoa, like, wait, what? Who was the third?
Who was the first? What the fuck?
Who was the third? Who was the third set director on Empire Strikes Back? What? Like, come on. Well, good for you, Jack. Congratulations.
It was during the Marvel trivia. It was what really old movie does Spider-Man talk about when tying up Ant-Man in Civil War?
Really old movie. Oh my god. Empire Strikes Back. Yep.
Yeah.
So then the host, as we were doing the answers, she's like, "It's not Star Wars. It was Empire Strikes Back." And then he was like, "Well, somebody asked like, well, does spelling count? This and that." She's like, "I want the director too." I'm like, Irving Kershner.
Kershner. Yeah.
My drop. Boom.
Anymore.
Give me all the winner pins.
All the medals.
Why the hell would you need to know how to spell The Empire Strikes Back? These are all common words.
Because some people just wanted to go Star Wars. Or is it Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah. Yeah, Lou, how much trivia have you done? Because people get fucking wildin' with trivia, man. It doesn't even matter.
I drink here in the bar.
But so like people get super nitpicky. Like if there's anything that they don't know.
I'm not saying fine to say, I'm good.
But I mean, I used to do trivia all the time, and at least once every couple of weeks, there'd be somebody who'd be like, they'd be like, well, how many people, how many family members were in the opening of the Brady Bunch? And you'd be like, well, 8, because Alice was the 9th box. Well, Alice was part of the family, so she should count. You know, but no, I'm saying I'm not. And again, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm saying that's the shit that I used to hear, where people would be like, "Well, actually, it was 52 because of this, and if you carry the one," and you're like, "No, that's not like it's yeah." I always felt bad for the guys doing the trivia, because when they get those guys who are like, "No, like this should be the right answer," and they're like, "Dude, like I fucking just Googled some shit before I." Yeah.
Like, at Geeks Who Drink, they go over the rules, and one of the rules is the quizmaster's always right.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, they can bounce.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a contestant, get your ass out of there. This is how it is.
Bye.
This is what I was told the answer was. And again, I'm okay with that. I'm not like, if there's something that's probably not right and you can Google it, but the answer is based off whatever they thought, fine, quizmaster's right. But if you're bitching about spelling, oh, they didn't spell it right, they shouldn't get points for that. Fuck that. You knew what they were trying to say. Move on.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and I ran
that
into
much of a hard ass. I don't want you at the quiz.
During the Pixar, they said, "Who owns Mr. Potato Head?" or "Who makes Mr. Potato Head?"
Oh yeah.
So it's Hasbro. Hasbro owns Mr. Potato Head,
Mm-hmm.
but in the movie, he says he's a play school toy. So I was right and wrong at the same time. But I wasn't going to argue with it.
Did the question specifically say in the movie who owns Mr. Potato Head?
No,
because that could be
said
argued.
Who makes Mr. Potato Head? Yeah.
Oh wait, that's different. Who makes
Mr.
Mr. Potato Head is not the same as who owns Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. So I
Play
don't know.
School would be who makes it. Hasbro's who owns it, since they're a subsidiary.
Exactly.
But also at that point, your lanyard was so heavy with winners badges that you were like, "Wow."
He's like, my neck's already hurting.
Chains.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to win this one. It's fine.
He's like, that's fine. We're going to let this go this time.
I'll give the win to somebody else for once. Yeah.
Right.
Wait, so you mentioned to me that there's different types of metals, and you said you were willing to trade. Did you do any trading?
Well, we did get a Goofy. One guy, I was like, "Hey, do you want a Chippendale?" He's like, "No, I already have that," but it was him and his wife. He's like, "So you can just have my Goofy." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Oh, well, that's cool.
So all the different boats have different badges or different awards?
They all have the same ones, thankfully.
It's just different. So the same quiz on different boats would be the same prize.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the ones you're looking for the pins that you didn't go to those trivias and win.
There's no set rule for which medal you get. I think it's just whichever one the host grabs out of the box.
Oh, okay.
The box, okay.
So, yeah. So I need Donald, Daisy, and Pluto, and Minnie Mouse, I think. But I need to find my old ones from our previous cruises, because I don't remember which ones I had. So maybe I have the whole set now. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. And if not, you can start
rights.
taking your extra ones with you in future cruises and do more trading.
Exactly. Well, and I was going to this cruise too, but I couldn't. I don't remember where we put them, because also on Disney cruises, you decorate your doors, because the doors are metal, so you get like magnets and shit, and you can decorate your door. People will put like their names, like their favorite movies, different, like if they've been on a lot of different cruises, you can go on Etsy and get all this shit made, and you put it on your door. So we couldn't find those, so I'm sure the medals are with our magnets.
Well, I bought you those medals a couple of years back too, for like the different e-ticket rides or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that you would put those on the door, like type of thing.
Exactly. Just like, hey, we like Star Wars, we like Aristocats or Monsters Inc. or whatever. And this year, my oldest actually put a pin trader board on the door. And she put some of her doubles up there, and as you walk by, people walk by, they'll trade pins with you.
So she was able to fill out some of her.
I'd be worried about people stealing my shit.
True, but
those are also
a risk you take. You're not putting the good shit up.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
You're not putting stuff up that you're like, I'm looking for something to trade for this. That's this. You're like, here's a bunch of doubles that are just some bullshit,
Exactly.
That maybe someone will walk by and be like generous.
All the fodder.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. The stuff you're not going to ever have. The stuff you're never going to put on your lanyard, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Or it's like stuff that.
All right. Say, all right, dude. Did you watch Acolyte this week? Are you caught up?
Yes, I'm caught up on everything. Acolyte, The Boys, all of it.
I'm still not caught up in The Boys.
You missing it, bro.
They're halfway through now, right?
It'll take the bad taste of Acolyte out of your mouth.
Yeah, goddamn.
Man. Do you have any issues with Acolyte?
I mean,
are you cool with it?
I'm going to go back to. I still feel like this was a movie that they're stretching into 8 episodes, because I feel like there's a lot of like. That
is possibly true, but we can only go by what we have. So with the 4 that we have, how are you liking it?
My only complaint is that my biggest complaint with the Acolyte is, so we had 4 Jedi that were doing this thing that we don't know what we know is bad, right? And there's indications that other stuff happened outside of what we've been shown so far, right? Like, for example, the fire started, but yet the entire coven was killed. But none of them were burned, right?
We'll get the Jedi perspective eventually.
Right. But my biggest problem is that we've already burned through 3 of the Jedi, literally in some cases. I'm just super mad that they've been pushing Kalbaka as somebody who's like going to, like, he's been at all the press events and the opening and everything, and he was literally in the show for 5 minutes and then he's dead. And you're like, wait.
Like, yeah, but the trailer shows him fighting and
yeah. I'm sure he'll be in the flashbacks and stuff. But I guess my point is like that, like we're halfway through and we're already like at a point where there's one guy left who's one of the central characters, and that's it. And we've already kind of killed off all the other people who could have given more, who could have fleshed that out more from their perspectives. And now we're really just left with his perspective, right? I mean, we could say, oh, well, here's Carrie Ann Moss's character's perspective, but she's been dead for 4 episodes now.
Wait, hold on. Before you go with that, though, that's maybe. Future episodes could still show the Wookiee before he died with the symbols in the wall. We can still see his perspective.
But my point is that in the timeline of happening right now, he's already dead. So if we get any flashbacks, like, for me personally, like, I don't feel like it's as impactful as if he was still alive, right? Like, if we go to why can't I think of the guy who was he had taken the vow and then just drank the poison and he was dead. Cool, I'll get his flashback. Awesome. But he's not impacting the current storyline, right? Like, he's no longer active in what's happening. And so to me, when I watch shows like that, I want to know the people that are active in the current storyline. You know, it's like if they would have helped you, because I would feel more engaged with that person, right? I don't feel engaged with any of the people the 3 Jedi that have died. I don't necessarily, it's not that I don't care about what they did or what they didn't do, but if I get their flashback, well then, okay, cool. But they're not alive. So I'm not relating to them in any way, shape, or form now.
So
how about? It's like, go ahead, Jack.
So it's what he's saying is it's like they take a break, and then the flashback is them telling a story. So their flashback is lessened because they're dead. So when we do finally get that other flashback, it's just going to be strictly from Soul's perspective. So it doesn't matter what Indara or Kalnaka or anyone did, because they're already dead.
Right. Well, I'm saying that could be presumptuous. Obviously, well, not even obviously. It's likely that you'll get Soul's perspective, but who's to say there isn't a flashback that happens minutes before the Wookiee dies? If we go, it's not a flashback from 16 years ago. It's we get to go back to the Wookiee hut. He's sitting there meditating. You got the symbols drawn on the wall because his eyes went black in the flashback, which, again, they've showed in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything.
Yeah.
So that happened. And then we go and we get to go see things from his perspective, his meditation, 20 minutes before he dies, and even his perspective of the flashback, and then we move forward to when he dies, and then that's his flashback. And you don't just get the 16 years ago. You get how he's reacted to it afterwards.
But I don't, to me, but again, this is just how I'm watching the show, right? And I don't understand why they wouldn't have just shown that, right? Like, I mean,
well, because it's a bad show.
Well, and again, we'll see at the end, right? Maybe everything, maybe the last 4 episodes, they'll do something that will validate the first 4 episodes, right? And we'll make it to the point where you go, oh, okay. I mean, again, I'm really glad that we haven't heard the name Skywalker or anything like that. I assume at the last 4 episodes, we're going to hear Yoda. We're going to see Yoda. We're probably going to hear Darth Plagueis. You know, at least the name, right? We might not see
Plagueis. I could hear, yeah.
But I'm saying, but my, you know, I'm expecting. I'm expecting to again. We've had the conversation before about how Star Wars is one of Star. I think we all agree that one of Star Wars' biggest problems is that they can't get away from the Skywalker thing. I want to see other stuff in the universe. When Jack and I would sit and play Galaxies for hours on a weekend, and we were just doing our own shit. We weren't doing the timeline. We weren't doing the questing or anything like that. We were just sitting on Tatooine and we were grinding and doing our shit. It had nothing to do with Anakin. It had nothing to do with Luke. It had nothing to do with Vader or Palpatine or anybody, because we were in the universe and we loved it. Well, and that was to me one of the.
That is the plan, though, right? You know, the future movies, Dawn of the Jedi and Knights of the Old Republic, are in the pipeline. So.
Well, for now, I mean, again, 3 years ago, we were watching a Disney presentation that said we were going to get another 6 movies that have now not come to fruition, and those people aren't part of the world anymore, you know? So I guess to me, I was
running it, we're screwed.
To me, I was hoping that Acolyte would pull us away from that and give us a separate, you know, a separate story that, you know, and maybe, you know, but I feel like, you know, with the Kida Monday cameo and that type of thing, that's fine. But I also kind of feel like there's other shows that I've watched and other movies that I've watched that I feel like they've handled the cameos a lot better than Star Wars has done in the last couple of years, right? So, I mean, that's my biggest problem with Acolyte. It's not great. I'm watching it because it's Star Wars. I'm not necessarily watching it because I'm enjoying it. There isn't a ton of stuff.
You said it's not great. Is it even good, in your opinion?
But again, I think we talked about this in the last episode of let's name stuff that you can remember, right? Like, let's name parts of the show that you can remember that were impactful. I mean, we could talk about that with Mando, and we could probably, given a day or two since we haven't seen a Mando show in a while, over the last 3 seasons of Mando, I bet we could all come up with different things that we went, oh, shit, yeah. Oh, remember when this happened? Remember when this happened? I don't feel like the Acolyte's done any of that, especially in the last couple episodes.
Nothing good anyway. You'll remember all the bad shit.
Well, I don't even. The thing is, if it's bad, I just fucking erase it. I don't have room for bad in my head, dude. I don't. It's just stuff I'm not going to... It's stuff when we're on a Disney cruise in 10 years together and they're going to go, what was the name of the group of the Coven from Acolyte from 2024? And all 3 of us are going to look at each other and go, the Night Sisters?
I've had one good scene so far, and that was the last 45 seconds of this last episode.
Right. And what was that? That was a fight that was potentially going to happen. And that was the Master, right? Master presenting himself.
Yep.
And presenting his...
Smilo Ran.
The alien. The alien. but so, I mean, I'm watching it because it's Star Wars, but I don't find myself going, oh, I'm going to rewatch this again down the road if something else comes out that's High Republic. So this is my first experience with the High Republic stuff, and so far I've been pretty disappointed with it.
Yeah, oh, for sure. So, I mean, again, back to the original question, through 4 episodes, do you find it good?
No, it's not. It's not been good. It's not been good at all. There's been the things that I'm like, oh, that's cool, like the Key de Mundi cameo or whatever, but nothing that stuck with me.
Jack, do you think it's good?
No. It's not ruining Star Wars. the way that some people think
I was just going to segue to that because I'm with you. First of all, it's not a good show at all. However, the bullshit that happened this week, if it's not canon, even though there has been lore in the past with his age and the comment that he made in episode 1, there's still 4 episodes to go that could explain that. First of all, his age, well, if it's not canon, he can be as old as they want him to be. His race can be as old, so no big deal there. His comment from episode 1 about we haven't seen the Sith, at no point has anybody said the Master was a Sith. And they could stay that way the whole time.
And I would venture to say he's
somebody else's apprentice.
And he could just be a dark force user.
Exactly.
That is representing a Sith,
they keep saying? It's a splinter
a splinter faction or something like that.
Yeah. Well, again, they're not even thinking Sith. They think it's just some splinter,
Jedi,
set of Jedi.
That happened in the novels, a couple hundred years before this.
Yeah.
In phase 2, I guess. But so I'm with you on that. Where all the hate that was going off with the Kia, I didn't like it either. But like you said, it wasn't canon. So that Attack of the Clones playing card or trading card that had his age and birth date and everything, if that's thrown out the window, then you can't refer to that, and it just is what it is. They can do what the hell they want. So the people who are pissed off about that have no business being pissed off. And then the comment about the episode 1 thing with the Sith, again, 4 episodes. Let's see how it plays out. If they somehow realize it's a Sith and Ki-Adi-Mundi is aware of that, okay, then they have a problem. But until then, I'm going to give them a pass.
Well, and again, you could always make the argument of, hey, Ki-Adi-Mundi's year, right, because of the planet he came from, is a different age, right? Like, we have 365 days for a birthday, right? We're go one
that's
cycle.
That's a bit of a reach. You can't go that angle. I know you're trying to go, but you can't do that because they're consistent with every other race. So you can't say that, but his race uses a different around the sun type argument.
But all I'm throwing out there is that they've done crazy shit like that before when trying to justify whatever decision they've made. Hopefully they don't do that with him.
Okay.
But
I am fine with them just saying his race and him specifically, they live longer. He wasn't born yet. It's not in canon, and just go with it and don't feel you require an explanation to anybody. You are now making canon because even though we had this lore, it wasn't canon. And if you're making the canon, then fine, I'll accept the canon.
Yeah.
But the whole Wikipedia getting dog shit because they're kissing Disney's ass to do this, well, they're not really kissing Disney's ass.
No.
What they're doing is
updating new information
with correct information.
Well, and again, that was
blasted. Fuck everybody else who blasted them. They didn't do anything wrong.
That was a user that did that, right? It wasn't them doing it, right? Because it's like Wikipedia. So was it Wikipedia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
sorry, I guess I read there was so much stuff out about it.
Yeah.
Because I always assumed Wikipedia was very similar to Wikipedia, where it was people who would go in and update things and whatnot. So my takeaway was, somebody wins. Okay. So they said, hey,
and the other side of this, and surprisingly, it's me saying it, I don't find this that woke. Is it cringe? Yes, there is some BS. The singing, chanting part was stupid, but that's cringe. That's not woke. The whole use of he, they in this last episode, I thought that was stupid and unnecessary, but okay, it's 5 seconds. Move on.
But they called him he the rest of the show. So maybe she didn't know what kind of species he was. So
I get that. The only reason why I find it unnecessary is because it was unnecessary. And that's because if you're supposed to try to keep everything, this is based off of, 50 years ago, Star Wars, where language like that wasn't used. I don't like the modern
47. Let's not just brought it to 50 yet, okay?
We're rounding. It's okay, we can round. But if that was, for example, in Rogue One, when we got to the battle at the end at Scarif, and you had the pilots, they looked like the original Star Wars pilots with the thick, bushy porn mustaches and everything. They fit. So if for 12 movies and all the shows, you've never had this they, them thing, then why put it in now? Well, to satisfy a modern audience. Well, that's unnecessary. For me anyway, it's unnecessary. But again, I saw it. It happened. I was like, all right, that's not that big of a deal. It wasn't necessary, but it's not a big deal. Anybody who lost their shit over that, you have your own separate problems. Because there was nothing wrong with it.
You're looking
like
for something to complain about.
Yes, you're looking. Because other than that, and again, you have to have looked for this. Other than that, what else has really been woke in this? Because I haven't noticed it. And you know damn well I'm going to spot it out. So giving him that, I have no issues with that. Anybody who's doing a YouTube video and calling it woke, you're wrong. It's not. It's bad. It's not a very good show at all. But it's not woke. Not yet, anyway. They could have thrown so much more shit in your face to make it woke. Even with the subtleness of Jackie and OSHA and that whole, obviously Jackie's all into OSHA. Okay, so I mean, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, do we have diversity? No, we don't. There aren't any white people really. No really white males that are good. So we don't have diversity. So it's a little counterproductive in that sense. It's like, oh, we want diversity. I'm like, okay, great. We're the white guys.
In it. What more do you want? He was good.
Yeah. You can't get more white than Kia Del Mundi. I think we had that conversation at Attack of the Clones.
you think he? All right, I suppose. Like when they did the training in the beginning, before I was talking about where Jackie ran into OSHA, and they were playing with the wooden swords to practice. Did y'all catch any white male Jedis in their training?
Yeah, the guy training them.
But nobody else, right? The other 50 kids are not.
I wasn't looking.
Again,
so
be diverse. But if you're going to be diverse, that means include everybody. Give me everybody.
Yeah, but they want cute little alien kids. Little white kids aren't cute. Little aliens are.
You know what? If they were all alien, I'd probably be okay with that. I need to go back and double check that scene. But that's all my thing. The hypocrisy is what kills me, obviously, every time. It's like, we want a diverse cast.
Also, who's even
white people not allowed? Especially since Project Veritas just came out a couple days ago. They're talking about how Disney actually talks about no white people. It's bullshit.
But, who's looking at that, though? Like, why does it matter? Who's looking at all those kids?
Oh,
and that's what you're focusing on that scene.
You can't say that. Here's the hypocrisy. You can't say that. And for the diversity, if you're going to go on the other side and say, oh, we need a Mexican woman, a black woman, an Asian guy. If you're looking for that, you have to put that in there. Why would you not include a white male also? Especially since Kathleen Kennedy admitted that, with her comments 3 weeks ago, with the whole Star Wars is male dominated and our female directors are having trouble and we're having trouble with the fan base because it's male dominated. Let me get this straight. So it's male dominated. You've tried for 12 years to change it. You've failed and you're still not, quote unquote, catering to your audience. So if you sell high heels, are you going to take them all to male dominated places? No, you're not going to sell anything. Maybe the one or two cross-dressers, sure. That's just bad business. And to have all this bullshit where it's, okay, we want to do this, we want to have fair, we want to be equal. I'm like, okay, be equal. Do not eliminate anybody. For me, it would be include everything as best as you can anyway. In situations like when you have only 4 stars, you can only do so much. I get that. But when you have a room of kids training, and we've seen this twice now, younger kids and older kids in this show, episodes 1 and 4, you have really no white males training. To me, that's not diverse. You could do some, if you want to pick all your Mexican man, Mexican woman, black man, black, whatever you want to do. You could have put some in the first episode as kids and then some in the 4th episode as teenagers. But you're not. You're specifically eliminating this group. To me, that's bullshit.
Now, if they had not said anything about that before, would you care?
If the DEI people had not said anything before, no, I wouldn't have. If they wouldn't have pushed for their diversity, then no, I wouldn't have cared. But because you're pushing
so your problem is the hypocrisy on their
hypocrite. Yes, that's it. Don't be a hypocrite. Simple as that. It's like, okay, you want to do this? Great. No problem. Include everyone. That's all I want. Just include everyone. It's like, oh, people are dogging the show because it's alphabet and it's freaking female and all this. Like, no, watch the show. It's just bad. Like Reva and Obi-Wan. Reva and Obi-Wan was a bad character, and it had nothing to do with her being black or female. That could have been a white male, and the shit still wouldn't have added up. And Vader still wouldn't have let that person live. I mean, there was too much bullet. It was just bad writing.
But the downside of that, though, is that a lot of the people that are doing the negative things, right? Whether you're review bombing, you're posting shit on YouTube, whatever, they're breaking it down to the base stuff. So you're saying bad writing. Cool. That's it. But you're not blaming the actress. You're not attacking the actress for it. And the problem is that you're in a very small minority of people who are.
He is a minority.
Yeah, well, but also in this respect too, you're saying, look at this, and you're saying it's bad, but I don't blame any of the. I don't. Yeah, Moses Ingram. I don't blame Amanda. I don't blame Amanda.
Nope. Amanda Stenberg. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't blame her at all.
You know, they have no control over that. When they show up, they're given a script and they read the script and they do the job. So for the people to break it down to base and make it personal against them, which again has been a problem for decades, right? This isn't something new, but with the internet and the way it's done now, the ability to have your voice magnified so greatly, especially if it's negative. I can't tell you how many times I go onto YouTube and it's like, oh, this is, here's this video about me talking for 45 minutes about how Star Wars is shit and Disney sucks and blah, blah, blah. And I don't ever watch those videos, but because I watch videos and because of the way the algorithm's written, it gets to like the base stuff, right? And it's never, hey, this show is bad because it's badly written. It's, oh, this actress is terrible. No, the actors and actresses are doing the best that they can do, right?
That's not what I've seen. I every time I see it, it's the ones that I watch that are criticizing. They're criticizing, the set pieces, the direction, the stiffness. Not really. I don't see the part where people are talking about this sucks because she's black, or this sucks because she's gay. This sucks because she's a woman.
No, I don't even think it's about. I think it's even more based than that. It's hey, Lou, Lou Moses, you suck as a person, right? Because you're in this show, and I think that's the difference, right? We're having a conversation about the show is badly written. The special effects are great. The fights are hit and miss. The set pieces are great. It's great that they're not always in the volume, but you can 100% tell when they're in the volume. We can have that conversation, but I think there's a lower level of intellect people with a certain level of intellect that can't get beyond that. I mean, Jack was talking about that earlier with the people where it's like the only way that they can get attention is by shitting all over somebody directly or shitting all over and you can't just get to the point of saying, look, a lot of people were involved from the top on down, right? And whether it was some sort of edict from the top or whatever, or the writer took it upon themselves, or the director, or the creative, I've seen a bunch of stuff in the last couple weeks talking about Dave Filoni is fist fucking Star Wars and fist fucking, and I'm like, I don't feel that way yet. But the Acolyte isn't helping me support that or helping me defend or encouraging me to defend that, right? Because it's not a great show. It's not. And again, like I said, with his
hands on it,
right? And again, Dave is George. We've talked about that before in chat and on here.
Seriously though, I even going back to Obi-Wan, when I was watching all the hate on Obi-Wan, and I agree with most of the hate on Obi-Wan. I didn't see anything dogging the actors for being a problem. It was the character being written into the show as a problem. So I guess we probably have just obviously different algorithms that we're looking at, but mine were not based off of Moses Ingram is dog shit. It was Moses Ingram is forced to act this dog shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she has given shitty direction. She's given shitty script pages to read from, and that's completely different.
I thought she acted her name shouldn't come up just fine
at all. Her name shouldn't come up at all. If you're talking about the show being poor, her name should not come up at all. except,
just like,
she's given this to work with. But now, whenever she Googles her name or somebody Googles her name, she's going to Google it. Moses Ingram sucked ass in Obi-Wan. Just because everybody keeps saying her name in connection with this show being horrible. So that's the problem. That's even back to
totally get it.
Our episode about Jar Jar. People are not separating. They're saying, nope, this actor sucks. Does the actor suck, or does the show, the script, the director, George Lucas suck? George Lucas made, wrote, directed episodes 1 through 3, 1 through 4. So any of those problems you need to go after George about. You can't go after Ahmed Best. You can't go after Jake Lloyd or Hayden Christensen. They were given what they were given. They were given a script. They were given direction, a good director, a good writer, a good editor, which he did all that for all those movies, can get a better performance out of them.
Well, and the flip side too is
Lucas sucks.
And to go along with that, you're also dealing with a bunch of kids for all intents and purposes. I mean, Carrie, Mark, and Harrison were all in their early 20s and late teens when they did Star Wars. So you have people who have no, they have no ownership or no authority over themselves at that point, right? They're still figuring shit out. Though Harrison Ford today, if you said, hey, we want you to do this, I guess that's a bad example because he did do Dial of Destiny, but they probably paid him a shit ton of money for it. But my point is, when you have these young actors and actresses who maybe I didn't know who Moses Ingram was before Obi-Wan, right? So her legacy of work isn't, there are a few exceptions, of course. You have like Rosario Dawson and that type of thing where she had a legacy of work before she joined the Star Wars universe. The majority of the people who joined the Star Wars universe, this is their first thing. Hayden Christensen had done like 2 movies, very small. Mm-hmm. No, he hadn't even done, I think he'd done 1 movie before he jumped into the Star Wars universe. So these people have no ownership or no, right. They have no, there's a word, I can't think of it right now. There's a, where you feel okay, comfortable pushing back on stuff. Right? They're just like, oh shit, I'm in Star Wars and I'm working with George Lucas and I'm just going to whatever. And so I think there's that kind of as well as I'm in the Star Wars universe and I don't have enough ownership over myself and what to stand up for themselves. Right. And also, I mean, you're talking about now above and beyond that, you're talking about Disney, who, guess what? They own half of the, half of the stuff that gets put out every year, TV and movies. So if you act like a giant asshole and be like, I'm not going to do this because it's dog shit. Well, guess what? You're now you're cutting yourself. It's like, you have to try to figure out well,
that part I can understand. And that's probably why they've got a 90+% or 85+% on Rotten Tomatoes. And the fans gave it a 14%. That's because the critics don't want to piss off Disney because they want to keep getting the reels to do their reviews. And that's unfortunate because you can't get a proper review that way. Now, I have a question for you guys going back to not necessarily the Moses Ingram thing, but I can't remember the guy's name, but the actor who plays kind of the stoic Jedi, the young kid. In real life, he's a gay dude with the flip hair going on.
George.
In the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Okay, that dude. He went off and did a couple of interviews where he said Anakin blew up the Death Star. And he said it twice in 2 separate interviews. So somebody didn't correct him after the first time. Does that bother you at all?
No, I don't care.
Somebody who's involved in the program has no idea what the fuck Star Wars is about. Okay,
Gwyneth Paltrow didn't. Gwyneth Paltrow didn't even know she was in the third.
This guy shit for this, and I'm all like, he's an actor. He doesn't need to know about Star Wars. He just needs to know how to fucking act.
We appreciate it. I appreciate Rosario Dawson knows about Star Wars, but it's not a requirement to any degree. Again,
so that came up. There was some dude. Seriously, there was some drama last week or week before about this and his interviews and how he didn't know. And I was all like, so?
Well, again, it's Gwyneth Paltrow not even knowing she's in Endgame or whatever, right? Like, she was like, oh, like, I don't care. Like,
okay, so they come to him. They're like, "Hey, bro, we want you to be in the Acolyte." It's set, hundreds of years before Episode 1. Why does he need to know who blew up the Death Star? That shit has nothing to do
with it.
His job at all. So yeah, no, I don't care.
And unless they're tying the Acolyte more directly, Kiadi Mundi notwithstanding, more directly into Episode 1, 2, 3, doesn't even need to watch those 3 either. To tell you the truth.
Well, and again, there is no requirement that you have to read the comics, read the books,
Nope.
watch the movies, read any articles, Wikipedia or whatever about anything beyond your character. Because again, it's a fucking job.
Yep, 100% agree. It's like back in the day, more like 10, 15 years ago, when it was the whole, you have to have a gay actor to play a gay role in a movie. It's like, well, that's dumb. Same thing. So does that mean you only have to have straight actors play straight roles in movies, or can a gay person play a straight role? Does it go both ways, or are you being a fucking hypocrite?
Because the new girl on The Boys this season, the podcaster, the cutie with the red hair,
yep,
she's super. Marjorie Taylor Greene is who she's spoofing. She's actually gay. She's gay in real life, but on the show, she's playing that super right, Christian beliefs, and so they should have got a straight girl to play her.
Oh, well, that was a spoiler. Sorry, Lou, I didn't say that.
Luckily, I didn't hear you, so we're good.
Good.
But again, it goes back to the hypocrisy, because 15 years ago, the alphabet community was all butthurt that, no pun intended, that they couldn't have a situation where it's like, well, a gay person can play a straight actor, but gay people should play gay roles. You shouldn't have that. Back to that same bullshit 10 years ago with, a black person needs to voice a black cartoon. It's like, it's a cartoon.
Are you talking about the Dallas Buyers Club?
Down.
That type of stuff usually.
I think that might have started some of that drama and that conversation. I just don't. The same thing. The fucking hypocrisy. Stop it.
So do we need to get crackheads to play crackheads?
Exactly.
Or Dave Chappelle.
Or Dave's got to go. Dave's got to go. And he's very pleasant to the alphabet community, so he'd fit in just fine.
Jesus. Isn't that the definition of actor, though? Just play a role that.
Right, character, exactly. But again, little stuff like that. But yeah, I was just wondering what you guys thought on that Jedi not knowing Star Wars well, because I didn't see a problem. Okay. People lost their minds. Does it help? Would it be nice? Yes, but I don't care. As long as you can act the role, I don't give a shit what you know about the history.
Never saw Star Wars before he played Luke Skywalker.
Exactly, right? Carrie Fisher didn't know what the hell Princess Leia was, Han Solo, and they did a great job with their roles.
She didn't even figure out that they didn't wear underwear in space until she was halfway through.
Exactly. It's like, wait, what?
Okay, so real quick, just for loose hypocrisy, because I know it'll get them riled up. So I had triggered sparsely on Sunday while we were on the cruise for Father's Day. So I'm going through Facebook and everybody's posting Happy Father's Day to the single moms. So when people post that, I go back on their Facebook and I search their Facebook post for Mother's Day. Nobody posted Happy Mother's Day to the single dads. So that's some old bullshit.
Yup. I would have hammered every last one of them. You hypocritical fuck. Guys have one holiday and you're trying to commandeer that shit?
Right. There's one holiday celebrating men. Dudes.
Yep.
And these bitches got to come in here.
Until steak and blowjob day becomes more of a thing, Father's Day is all you got. Some bullshit.
Lou, I thought you called that Sunday.
I mean, Tuesday, but either way. You got to do something after Tightwad movie day. Tightwad Tuesday.
True. So that's true.
Tightwad Tuesday, come back, and steak and BJ day. Don't even care how bad the movie. If the movie's super bad, it's like, it's going to get better at the end of the night. It's fine.
Yeah. I got a steak to look forward to.
Yeah,
and I guess a blowjob, but I'm more looking forward to the steak. Just saying.
It depends. It depends. Sometimes I'm tired. I just want the steak. Like I get a rain check in the BJ. It's like,
oh.
But yeah, you ain't lying though, Jack. That is some bullshit. I don't think I've ever seen anybody on Mother's Day reach out to a single dad and give him props ever.
Right.
But you see it
But
with
every Father's Day
all the time.
Well, give Jack 5 years. It'll be fine.
Oh my God.
All right, Lou. You've had 2 weeks now to come up with a white person shit you did the last couple of weeks. What's
Bruh, I don't even know if I did any, because I mean,
he worked
I just
himself
haven't
into
been
a
out.
migraine. That's why we're doing this Saturday instead of Thursday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I wasn't feeling well for a little bit, and then I just haven't been out. Man, I think, you know what? I don't know if this is, maybe it's subconscious, maybe I'm actually consciously doing this, but I haven't gone out a lot knowing I've got Denver Comic-Con coming up, San Diego Comic-Con coming up, a couple trips to Vegas in October within 2 weeks of each other, Disney in December. I'm kind of just like, you know what? All my money is going to savings to make sure I can act a fool and spend whatever the hell I want to on all these trips.
That's fair.
There's been some opportunity to do some stuff. I just haven't bothered.
He's just saving all his social interaction.
Yeah, that's it. He's queuing up all of his.
It is because Denver Comic Con is July 4th weekend, 4 days, Thursday through Sunday. So that's in 2 weeks. So, and then 3 weeks after that, well, not even 3 weeks, because that weekend, I guess, would be the 6th. So 2 weeks after that weekend is when I drive to Vegas. And then, and then obviously the following Wednesday is when Comic Con starts. But with all that, and then when I get back, I think a week later or so, it's Colorado Springs Comic Con. So it's usually a 1 day thing for me. Maybe just go get some signatures if there's any work to get. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done well and saved up pretty good for the rest of the year. I mean, I don't expect the budget that I have now. If I just took what I had set aside for Comic Con, it'll probably cover the rest of the year. But there's also Japan coming up for April, and that's not going to be inexpensive. So just when opportunity comes up, it's just like, hey, you want to? No, I'm good. How about no? I'm good. It's like I don't want to spend. Hey, let's go to. I don't want to spend $80 on dinner when I know I'm going to spend $100 at Comic Con. Roughly, if we go to Joe's Crab Shack, for example, whatever. I don't want to have to. Well, I don't want to not get this. No, I want to get what the fuck I want. I want to be able to get an appetizer and not eat it all and not feel bad about it.
What's the number one thing you're looking forward to at Denver Comic-Con?
Oh my God. Jack pointed this out to me a couple days ago. Their guest list is a bit ridiculous. It is really good this year. Nice. I don't know how much I'll do in autographs again, saving money for other things, but I will be walking through the autograph hall a lot this year, a lot more than I've ever done, because there are a lot of decent people to see. It's super cool. I mean, I don't like that we're 2 weeks away and I don't have a schedule yet. We have no idea like what our panels are going to be and who's doing what. But I don't know. I think though the number one thing is going to be to hit the T-shirt booth, just because I might know some people who'd be interested in that. Not a whole lot.
No names. No names dropped, but just some people.
No names at all, but I might know
somebody who may be obsessed with Roosevelt shirt, even though he's just wearing a regular T-shirt tonight.
Just because I didn't go to work today. Usually when we film this, it's after work.
Yeah,
but I did get the new one when we went to Buc-ee's.
Nice, but not a Buc-ee's
he got one. I got the other one. I made the lady go in the back and get me different sizes because they didn't have his size. But she was nice. She super did it. Came out with 10
even
more.
The girl that helped us, she was super nice. She's like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" I'm like,
Buc-ee's is the best. Buc-ee's is the best.
I wasn't impressed. I was impressed with the food drink selection.
Right. That's all you need. That's all you got to be impressed with. If I could live at Buc-ee's, I 100% would.
Like, dude, I need to get one of them refillable cups, 99-cent refills. Because at least once a month and up to 4 times a month, I'm passing that Buc-ee's, once on the way up to Fort Collins, once on the way back. So that's actually in my route regularly. So because of that, I'm like, well, why not take advantage of it? And then when Jack needs a shirt, when new ones come out, I mean, it literally is off the free. Like I take an exit to get off of it. There's a roundabout. and the roundabout puts you into Buc-ee's. It's like it literally. It's not like take the roundabout and go down and get off the street. No, the roundabout puts you into the Buc-ee's parking lot, and then when you leave, the roundabout puts you back onto the freeway. So they have it.
They have it dialed in.
Oh yeah,
they know what's
so
up.
It's like, hey Lou, I need you to check for this one. Okay, I'll be up at Fort Collins, like next Wednesday. I'll check when I'm there. Simple. So that's kind of cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, because I don't know that I'm going to do anything. I'm trying to think of what my social is going to look like the next month, and it really is 2 weeks is Denver, 5 weeks is San Diego, 4 weeks is Vegas, I guess, and then San Diego, and then come back, and the next weekend go to Colorado Springs, and then probably finally chill in September, and then 2 trips in October, and then Disney December.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to talk about that. Start getting that dialed in for December.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and possibly just do for my tickets, just do the season pass and let that be the start of my season pass. So we'll see. I'll look into all that later.
Yeah,
because again, it's another $1,000 that could go to Japan. But if I'm in a position where I've already saved enough and I'm done with saving for Japan, then it's like, okay, may as well do it. Why would I'm losing money not doing it.
Right.
So, how about you guys? You guys have any white people shit?
Jack,
did you go to a play?
Oh, yeah, Jack did go to a play.
Before you
left? He's been on a cruise, and that's really like that's
he said there were a lot of black people on that cruise.
There were a lot of black people on the cruise.
But I'm just saying, cruising in general historically has been a white.
Black people have been on way more boats the last 200 years. What are you talking about?
250.
What are we going to say? Come From Away. Did we talk about that one yet? It was about this little town up in Canada. So they have an airport there. And on September 11th, when they diverted everything, they sent all these people to go live in this town. And it's based on a true story. But yeah, a whole bunch of these people just had to live in these people's houses. Just 'cause it was a small town. But it had one of the biggest airports that obviously got bypassed once the bigger international airports came up. But it was actually a pretty good show. And then tomorrow we have Peter Pan.
Oh, it's definitely some white people shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you have any white people shit going on?
Yes. Yesterday I drove out the Hood River, which is along the Columbia River. The Columbia River splits Washington and Oregon. I drove east about an hour and a half and went to a place called Hood River, where it's literally just wineries and cideries and booze. And so yesterday we just went and did wine tasting, which I think is a very white person thing. And then today we
did it in the hood.
Yeah, exactly. I was in the hood.
Out though, or did you swallow? Did you spit or swallow?
Dude, I don't spit. I don't spit. I was ripped up from the. Yeah, I was ripped up from the hips up yesterday, man. Holy shit. We went to one winery, and the guy was helping us, and we were the only people there. And the people I was traveling with, they knew him, so they were talking, and he was being super generous with the pours. And then his wife got home, and his wife's like, "Hey, do you have any white wine open?" And he's like, "No, we already blew through all of it." And she's like, "Well, that sounds like a problem to be fixed." No. So then he cracked open a couple more bottles, and we were there for like almost 3 hours just talking to them. And yeah, it was, okay, I guess we should go eat dinner now.
That just sounds kind of fun.
I mean, Lou, if you ever come to Portland, we're definitely going wine tasting, because it's a hoot. Like, especially like, yeah, I mean, after like the third winery, it all kind of tastes the same, but and then today we went to a couple cideries, which were pretty cool. But Hood River is really known for that type of thing, because the climate is very accommodating to grapes, and then also cherries and strawberries and blackberries and boysenberries and all that kind of stuff. So
any good distilleries up there?
Yeah, we went to a place called Foxtail Distillery today. And they had It was $25 for a 10-pack. So you got like 10 samplers.
Nice.
It was $25, and like half of them were really good. Like we were like, okay.
Is it your typical rum, gin, vodka, whiskey?
No. This was all ciders. So it was
I was talking about the distillery.
The distillery, they had, so that one, they had ciders was their primary thing, but they also had rums and vodka and then a gin. So in general, they kind of, if you have a clear, if you go clear as far as the distillery goes, that's kind of your driving point. And if you're dark, so if you're doing like dark rums or dark whiskeys, like, because you could do a whole variety of whiskeys. Yeah. And be able to support yourself, right? Like if you're good at it. There is a lot of competition though, because there's a ton of wineries and a ton of cideries and distilleries and stuff. There's not a lot of distilleries in Hood River. A lot more of those they have moved their tasting rooms and stuff to Portland, but there's a lot of cideries and a lot of wineries. They actually have a thing up around Mount Hood called the Fruit Loop, where you just drive around and it's like a ton of different wineries as you're driving along this road. And it just kind of loops you around from Hood River out, and then you come back and you're back in Hood River. So,
yeah, that seems solid. That'll definitely have to be on the list when we come up.
Yeah, I will be more than happy to.
We did a whiskey tasting on the ship. That was fun.
Nice. Yeah.
Did you break them, Jack? That 5 to 10 free alcohol? Did you make them pour?
I did. We did. After I figured that out, I was like, "Yep, you were making me this drink twice, at least." But I had Japanese whiskey. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. There's a place here in town I go to pick some up. It's expensive though.
Hey, guess what? In less than a year, we will be there, and it'll be a hell of a lot cheaper.
I was like, what?
Yep. And yes, Duke, that is happening. Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot? I haven't done a joke in a while. I guess it's Pride Month.
Oh, there we go.
Let's do a Pride joke. Okay.
Oh, boy.
How do non-binary people commit murders?
How do non-binary people commit murders, Lou?
Yeah. They slash them.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm done. I'm out. Bye. God damn it.
You're welcome. Jack, you're laughing way too hard on that.
Yeah. Obviously, that just wasn't water in his Dunkin' cup tonight.
Oh my god.
Or he's still dealing with jet lag, because right now, according to him, it's like 3 in the morning, right?
It's 3 in the morning where he's from.
Napping. I've been napping the last 2 days. I'm good.
Cool.
All
right, boys. Have yourselves a good week. Thanks for listening. We out.
Bye.